What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be covering all things contour. So if you're interested, keep watching. Alright, so for step number 1, you're just going to put on your foundation and a little bit of concealer on, but you're not going to set it yet. Okay, so I've already put on my foundation and my concealer, so now I'm just going to go in with a cream contour. So I'm not going to set my face yet. So the cream contour that I'm loving at the moment is going to be the Huda Beauty. It's Tantour in Light. So basically, got your little cover on it and everything. Looks like this. It is friggin' phenomenal. What I love about it is that the color consistency stays. The biggest difference between this one with other cream contours that I have, so I have the Fenty Mocha Stick. And see the color, they're pretty much very similar to the Tantour, but this one, it kind of rubs off. Like once you blend it in, you kind of don't see it anymore. Okay, so let me just show you the color comparison real quick. They're pretty damn close, but the color payoff is very different. So this one will go on really nice and dark, the Fenty will, but then it blends out and then you can't really see it and you have to put more powder on top. But this one, once you put it on, it stays and it's really nice. I think it's sweat resistant and something else. I'll put it down here. But yeah, it's pretty freaking fantastic. So I'm going to be using that one first. So as you see, if you just put on foundation, your face is pretty bland. There's no depth, there's no contrast. It could be better. So to make your face better, we are first going to grab, I like this brush. It's from Real Techniques. I call it my hammerhead shark brush, even though that's not what it is, but I got it at Marshall's, like a couple bucks. And then I'll be using this. So, the biggest thing with contouring is, so I have pretty, very big cheekbones. They're up in your face. Really strange, but the first step, I would say, for contouring, put your hair up in a very high ponytail. Here, by the ears, straight up. Whoop. And same for this side. Don't really care, you're not wearing this, but this will help you. Boom. So now I can see there's my cheekbone. This one's not as up in your face, but this one I have like a little indentation over here. Okay, so now that your hair's in a ponytail, step 2, grab your favorite contour. So I'm going to be using the cream contour. This is Tantour Light Contour and Bronzer Cream. It's 30 bucks at Sephora. So it's not that bad compared to other bronzers. It's pretty reasonable. And I'm just going to go right in. And then I'm going to take just a nice compact, you can use whatever one you want, and I'm going to start with the cheekbones first. So I'm going to step back a second. Actually, I'm going to start with this side of my face. Okay, so here we are, and we are going in with cream, so I did not set my powder yet, so we'll set it all at the same time. So you have a little bit on your brush. We're going to go right a little bit above our cheekbone, because when you blend it out, you want it to go a little bit under. If you already place it under and you blend it out, it's going to go lower, and it's going to make this part of your jaw look smaller. You just don't want to do that. So I can go, here's my cheekbone right here. Ooh, I made a line. So I'm going to go a little bit above it, kind of like right in here, and go down. So that is that part. Then you can also take your hair back and kind of see where you want it to be. And then I usually go on the forehead, and then I kind of do this weird thing right here. I don't know if other people do it, but I kind of bring it back. And that way this is going to be really highlighted right here. And then you'll do your chin and just right on the outside of it. And make sure you bring it back in your hairline. That's why this brush is great, because I can flick it right back. Okay, so now that we have that here, we're just going to bring everything back. And kind of flick it down, gripping your cheekbone. And get your ear. Okay, so now we're looking crazy, but it's okay. Okay, so once you have that, I'm just gonna do one side of my face so you can kind of see the difference of the contour. Now, blending. So basically when I'm blending up too, and I'll bring like a little of it down, but not very much. And if it's not like as defined as you want it to be, we can go back and fix it. But just so you see like the shadow right here, you can make your 5 head into a 4 head. So all these good things. So now I'm gonna do it on the other side of my face. We're using the same motion, so it's like a 3, and then we'll do nose and stuff too. But we're just gonna take that brush, I'm just gonna pull this back. So right up in her, bring it right down. Kind of make sure that they're at the same height. And then I'll go through and go up the forehead line. Grab some more, and just go right along the jawline. Cool. Okay, so after I place it, now I'm just gonna blend it with that same brush. It's more of a stippling motion as well, and then kind of flicking towards the center of your face. Now what I like about this product is that it's super easy to blend. It's not like, you know, I had that e.l.f. one right here, and that if you left it for like 10 seconds too long, it's staying. So that's what I like about this one. So basically with the contour, you want to start here, do a 3 here, and your jawline. So that is going to be the 3 bronzer. Technique. Okay, so if you brought your bronzer or your contour a little bit too far down and you want to make it more, if you want to just clean up your bronzer, just take a brush and some of your foundation and just kind of go right underneath it. Just to carve it out a little bit more. And you just want to make sure when you're taking a product like this that you're taking a little bit at a time, because you can always add more. If you add too much and try to backtrack, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. So I don't recommend doing that part. Okay, so that was my Tantour. I got it in light. The lady at Sephora was like, oh, no, you should do medium. And I was like, no, look, I'm pretty pale and I wear so much sunscreen that like I'm not gonna get any tanner unless I do fake tanning, and I still don't fake tan my face. So, boom, don't do that. And right now at Sephora, because of the whole COVID-19, you're not allowed to sample anything or even look at the sample. They're not allowed to open it. You're not allowed to see it. So you kind of just have to eyeball it and look at other people on YouTube and their reviews and see which color might match you the best. So I am NW20 MAC, if you know your MAC color, and I love this stuff. So the camera kind of washes it out a little bit. Okay, I had to take that ponytail, it's hurting my damn head. So, now that I have that all done, now we're just gonna sharpen it up a little bit. So you don't have to use powder on top of cream contour, but I like to because it also sets it really well. So before I do any of that, I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush. This is going to be an IT Cosmetics powder brush that I bought, and my Dermablend powder. And I'm just going to run this over my face. So I haven't put any setting powder on, so I'm going to do it all over. So right now, if you are not into cream contour, now's your time to pay attention. So after you put on your foundation and your concealer, you want to set your makeup, because if you go right in with a contour powder, it's going to get muddy in some areas because some are still maybe wet from your foundation and some are not, so it's going to pick up the pigment in different places and it's not going to look smooth. So you want to make sure that your canvas, when you're switching from powders to, or from creams to powders, that you set it and you kind of like seal it in, if that makes sense. You don't want to put creams on top of powders and vice versa unless you're like fully doing it one way and then fully doing it the other way. Actually, you would only really do it cream to powder. You wouldn't go powder to cream. That would be kind of weird. Okay, so after you set your whole face, you are going to grab your contour powder. So one that I love lately, it's not even really a contour powder. It is a mineralized skin finish from MAC. It's the Give Me Sun. So what I use with this one is going to be an angled brush. I'm just going to use my MAC angled brush. I don't know what number it is because it rubbed off, but I'll find it. So, I'm going to grab that one. You're just going to spin it around, tap off your extra, and I just go really light with this. This is not going to be like very crazy. And we're just going to go right underneath. And a little bit higher. We're not going down here, we're staying high. Alright. And get your ear. You don't want to have like a super white ear. Bring it down. You want a tan forehead. Always just looks good. Why do I close my eye? I don't know. I've asked myself many times. Right here. And underneath. Totally forgot to do nose contour. I normally don't do it, to be honest, but I'll add a little bit today just because. So basically you can take that same powder with a big fluffy brush and you can just kind of go down the rim of your nose. The rim. Just make us 2 straight lines on the side of your nose. If you want your nose to look real snatched and tiny, make them closer together. I don't know why you want to make your nose look bigger, but if you did, you'd spread them apart. So you basically come in here, drag it down. Okay, so that is how I would contour my face. Now it's a pretty soft contour. It's not anything crazy. A lot of people, I mean, they like it more like in depth, but I think this is a great way to start if you're just learning. The main steps from it is what kind of product you like to use, cream, powder, whatever. And then the technique is just that 3. So I go here, underneath the cheekbone, and the jawline, and then spread it down. So yeah, that's how I do my contour. Now, let's get into products. So, as you know, if you watched the video so far, I use the Huda Beauty, the Tantour in Light. Love this product. It's a great freaking product. And now we'll move into some powders that I love to use. So, with contouring, you don't have to use a contour powder. You can use many different shades or many different types of powder. So, like, this is a mineralized skin finish. This is really like a skin finish, so it's not really technically a contour powder, but if you get a dark enough color, you can make it into whatever you like, as long as you like the finish. So this finish is one of my favorite finishes for powders that I found. So yeah, I will list that one below. Everything I use I'll list below. And then you can get palette forms. So Tarte has really good palettes. This is the Park Avenue Princess Palette. So it's kind of got everything you would need. So with me, with my contour, I don't like anything shiny yet. I like a luminous bronzer, but for contour, those are 2 different things. They are not the same. I don't like shiny contour. So you would use these 2. So Princess Cut and Angle, and then these Crown and Carrot are a little bit darker. And then you have your highlight powders too that will go underneath your eye. So this is a great palette to have. I think it's $50. I think you can still get it at Tarte. Park Avenue Princess. Now, this is a long-time Steve favorite. As you can see, it's been very loved. This is the Kat Von D Shade to Light. I think it's KVD Vegan Beauty now is what it's called, the company. But as you can see, I love these ones because they're almost, you have 2 cool tones and then a warm tone. So I really like that to mix it up a little bit. So this is one of my favorites as well. I think you can still buy this. You can definitely get it at your Marshalls or your TJ Maxx because I've seen it there. But I don't need another one because I still have this one. But it's awesome. So, back to the point I made with the type of powders that you can use for contour, that they don't necessarily need to be contour powders. You can use some MAC blushes. So, this one I got 100 million years ago. This is Swiss Chocolate. It's actually an eyeshadow that I got in a huge palette form. I don't know how much it is. I'll find out and I'll put it right over here. But yeah, so that one is fantastic to use. And then I have some blushes too. But like that one, the Swiss chocolate, it's a great color. It's not shiny. And multi-purpose, you can use it as an eyeshadow. So boom. Talk about bang for your buck. There you go. So, oh, and the last product that I have is that Fenty matchstick. You know, maybe I'm just using it wrong. I'm not sure, but I just feel like when I blend it in, you don't see it anymore. And for something that's 25 bucks versus I can get the Huda Beauty one for 30, and I barely have to use any of this one to see, or I have to use a ton of this one to see the product, I'm gonna go with this one just because over time, the longevity of the product is gonna last me longer. So that's what I do for that one. Let's see, is there anything else I want to say? Alright, so that is going to finish my contour video. If you have any videos you want me to do or topics you want me to cover, please let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Bye.